My adjournment this evening is for the Minister for Emergency Services, and the action I seek is for the government to reduce the amount that CFA volunteers are paying towards the Fire Services Levy.
The CFA is warning homes will likely be lost this bushfire season, with Victoria facing a higher fire risk.
The Fire Services Levy, which is currently paid by all Victorian landowners, was increased significantly by Labor in this year's state budget. Supposed to be a contribution to the state's fire service levy, our local CFA brigades seem to be getting the rough end of the stick. Our brigades are suffering from a lack of investment, delays of crucial infrastructure and vehicle upgrades, and a massively declining volunteer force. With the release of the rates notice earlier this year, property owners began seeing the impact this recent increase was having on their bills, and they were understandably upset. Many of these property owners are themselves volunteer firefighters and are now paying out of pocket for a levy that will never end up assisting their local brigade. This government said the impact of the fire levy increase on household bills would be minimal, but I asked the members of our community to explain how much they are paying and what impact the cost is having on their life. Will Ducker said, "As a farmer and CFA volunteer, it's infuriating to see the fire service levy on our rates, knowing that the very people who volunteer to fight fires are being charged for services that doesn't even support us. Our fire truck is 30 years old." Dennis and Diane Mackerel of Kithbrook said the sharp increase in the fire levy has jumped a staggering $300 year on year. As someone who has volunteered with the CFA for over 50 years, this feels like a slap in the face. Gary McClarty of Seymour said the fire levy has become a heavy burden on farmers with little to no return. Despite the levy being collected across Victoria, we have no idea where or how it's spent. My total rate bill is now hit $18,000. This is another unfair tax that's out of control. As a volunteer firefighter, we're being told our budget has been cut, yet I'm paying an additional $831 in the levy. Claire Toohey from Colburn Abbon said, "We're facing an unsustainable burden, an additional $1,800 in fire services levy and $7,000 in overall rate increases. Without immediate action, these rate increases threaten the very survival of our farming operation. Our volunteer firefighters and farmers have made it clear that they deserve better." While they are left with the higher bills, the volunteer CFA brigades they are so proud to be a part of continue to suffer from neglect under the Allen Labor government. This government cannot manage our emergency services, and unfortunately it is our regional volunteers and brigades that will pay the price this fire season.